That's northwestern Oklahoma. Val and Amy Castor, Marty Logan, the power lines are galloping west of Alva. Could start to lead to additional power outages. We'll check in with them in just a minute. And here in the metro, just an icy mess. Tom and Rob, you guys have been up into northwestern Oklahoma. Tom Pastrano, you have been dealing with icy conditions in Edmond. Folks in Edmond, check out Tom's shot right now. It's 7:21 on your Tuesday, and that is very icy. It looks just like, oh, light, innocent glaze of powdery snow. Not the case. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, Lacey, these roads in Edmond are probably the worst I've seen on the secondary roads. They are all snow-packed and very, very slick. I've spun out a couple of times, especially on these inclines. It's really hard to get around. And along the curbs, I've seen about 6 to 8 inches of snow that's piled up on those north-facing curbs with that wind blowing. Back to you.
Okay, and that's 2nd Street in Edmond, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, yeah, you're coming up there to the intersection. I believe that is going to be Coltrane, if I'm correct. And that's a little bit of a hill kind of going down to that light and a little bit of a hill coming up as you approach I-35. And we know that's a problem spot on snowy days. So just be careful. If you can wait until the sun gets higher in the sky today, even though we have some cloud cover, you will really start to see improvement to the roadways. The solar radiation will go through the cloud cover, start to warm up the pavement, and we'll get improvement. And the skies will clear out mid-morning. It's just right now, these are the conditions coming through the intersection. There you go. There's Coltrane, and he is on 2nd Street right now, heading off towards the east and eventually going to make his way up towards, we're hearing of an accident, I-35 and Seward. So more on that in a minute. Let's go out now to, let's go up north. I do want to check in with Val and Amy Castor. Val, some of the snow drifts, because we've had a trace of snow to a half of an inch in the metro. The drifts are substantial for folks in the north, a different world. Go ahead, Val.
Yeah, you know, Lacey, the snow has finally stopped falling in Enid. Hasn't stopped blowing yet, but look what it left behind, man. These drifts, this is on the far western side of Enid along a fence row right here. The wind has really, really piled up the snow out here. I'm seeing these kind of drifts all over the place, probably 3 feet or so. Lacey, back to you.
Okay, yeah, that'll make a mess if that's over a roadway, that's for sure. So there'll be areas where you can get around. Marty's been showing a lot of the roadways in northwestern Oklahoma have actually dried overnight due to the wind, and now the wind's still howling. Look at Marty's shot. We'll take that full if we can of the power lines. Oh, that's a nasty shot. Anyone that knows what that can do, not a good sign. Go ahead, Marty.
Okay, you call them oscillating, galloping, running away, whatever you want to call them. Those power lines are whipping big time. If you can see that pole right there in the middle, it's going back and forth from the weight of those lines. I just ran across this just a few miles west of Alva, Highway 64. So I'll keep watching the power lines, see if we've got any problems up here. The roads are black ice. The snow is off of it, and now it's packed down. Looks like ODOT may have put some sand on the bridges up here, but it's dangerous driving. Back to you, Lacey.
Okay, great update there. Jed was just showing not a whole lot of power outages in northwestern Oklahoma. We hope this does not lead to any more. Thank you so much. By the way, clearing out, you'll see sunshine in northern Oklahoma in just a little bit. Let me show you the shot now on our OCCC cam. This is part of our Lucky Star Sky Cam network. Back to the computer, if we can. You can see it bouncing around as well, and just a dusting of snow. About a half of an inch is what we've picked up in the metro, but temps are in the 20s, and the roadways are slick in spots. There are some of the secondary roadways that are slick and hazardous, and you've got to watch the bridges as well. Of course, it's snow-packed once you get farther up to the north and northwest. Road temperatures dropped like a rock after midnight, falling down into the upper 20s. So here's the air temp over the last 12 hours. You get to about midnight, we're at 35, 2 o'clock, 28, and that drop allowed all that light snow that fell to stick on the roadways, and then some cars driving through overnight melted that, and it froze after those vehicles passed by, and that is what has led to our icy mess we have this morning. Temps are in the mid and upper 20s. Not a lot of snow. Of course, the bulk of it from Ponca to Enid, about an inch, 4 to 4.5 inches in the northwest, and in the metro, this is a trace to a half of an inch of snow, and it does extend down to Norman, down to Purcell. As the storm starts to pull away, the back edge of it, we're still getting some flurries. By the way, ongoing right now, tornado warnings down in the deep south with this same storm. We are very much in the winter variety with it, and that's why we're seeing some of those delays and closures from metro schools. Right now, the snow is so very light on Next Gen. If you zoom it in, a little bit heavier up near Perry, but it's flurries. It's still going to blow around. What's on the ground around is going to whip around for the next couple of hours for sure. We're not adding a lot, but any light moisture on top of the road temperatures that they are will continue to stick as ice. We're seeing light snow near Stillwater and Orlando. So here's the deal. Right now, if you're just joining us, we have some blowing snow, flurries, and definitely widespread slick spots, some slick and hazardous conditions, dangerous wind chills. Now at sunrise, coming up in just a few minutes through 10 a.m., the snow ends falling, but the roads will take a little bit to improve as the sun gets higher. That's going to happen. We'll see sunshine above freezing coming up mid-morning. So this is winding down as far as additional precip. We'll keep you updated on how these roadways are going to fare. Temps in the 50s tomorrow, another winter storm Thursday into Friday, a third Sunday into Monday. All right, we'll keep you covered right after this break.